Hi guys, it's Amy Conway here, Global Pro Artist for Bobbi Brown Cosmetics, and today I'm going to show you my simple, easy, everyday makeup routine. Okay, so I'm going to start with Vitamin Rich Face Base, which I love for every day because it is a moisturiser and a primer, but it has loads of vitamin C. I just take a tiny amount. You don't need a lot with this because it's nice and rich. Really warm that up in your fingertips and take straight on the skin. It does have shea butter, so you'll find that it really plumps and hydrates any dry or dehydrated areas as well. Look at that glow. Now for me, the one product that just makes me feel really, really awake is the corrector. Now I'm using the corrector in Light Bisque, and you'll see that it instantly takes out any darkness or blueness under the eye. So I pretty much get up each day and corrector is the first makeup product that I go to, because you find banishing any of that blueness or purpleness under the eye will just make you feel so much more lifted and fresher throughout the day. Top tip is really apply nice and close on the inner corner of the eye there. Don't be frightened with this, you want to apply more on the bridge of the nose because you'll find that that's the flattest area on the whole face. So it's really forgiving when you do want to apply a little more corrector. Oh my gosh, look at the difference. This is why I love corrector so much. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Instant Full Cover Concealer. So I use it under my eye, just as like a big swipe. What you find is that it is moisturising enough to use in areas like the under eye. Now my under eyes are feeling really bright and fresh, I'm now going to go in with my foundation, which is the Skin Longwear Weightless. I love this because it's 16-hour wear, but it still looks really, really natural. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to use just a tiny amount because you don't need a lot for every day anyway, and I'm going to use it with the full coverage face brush. I always start on the cheeks because that's often where I get most red, and then blend that through to my nose, outwards towards the rest of my face. Now a great tip here is to always blot to build up your coverage. So just softly bounce that across the skin and you'll be able to build a really nice finish. But if you're after a more kind of tinted moisturiser look, then sweep to really blend that out with your brush. And then one of my top tips is to just use the warmth of your hands and really press that right the way over the top after you've applied your foundation with the brush, just to sink in the makeup. It makes it last even longer and it gives that more skin-like finish. Then I'm going in with a little pot rouge to give me a pop of colour. Now I love this because you can use it on cheeks and lips. I'm going to use the shade Fresh Melon, which I love for every day because it's so natural and soft. So I'm using the same brush that I use with foundation, which is the full coverage face brush, and blotting that nice and high on the apple of the cheek and just back towards the hairline there. Now brows really do frame the face, so I'm going to go in with my favourite for on the go, and this is the Perfectly Defined Long Wear Brow Pencil. I'm going to use in the shade Blonde, and you can see you've got one end that you've got a nice slant to it, so it gets you really nice definition. The other end you have your spoolie, so it makes it really, really easy. So I'm going to start with the product and just brush up towards the arch to really fill in any gaps. Then I'm going to softly brush up at the front of the brow. And I find this is a really good guide because what you'll find is where your brow hair lifts up, that will tell you how far you can almost take the thickness of your brow and still get it to look natural. So from there I also brush across up to the arch and fill in any gaps in between. And I really love the spoolie for this because it will just brush out anything if you've maybe got in too heavy with colour, to give you that soft feathery brow, and it's just easy for every day. Now day to day, when I want a really natural makeup look, I always turn to the Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks because they're so easy. So these are long wearing, they come in matte formulas and shimmers, so you've got a little bit of something for each occasion, and you can just swipe them and not use any brushes to blend them. So I just take it straight away over the lid. The colour I'm using here is Nude Beach because I just find it's a great nude. It helps even out any discoloration we get on the lid. So often if you find you get a little more browniness or pinkiness to the lid, it will even that out really nicely. But it also has enough coverage to even cover those like fine veins you often get on the lid too. A great tip is to start along the lash line and then just using your finger to blend that up into the crease. Now I always use the brow as a guide, so where you naturally arch, you just want to go a little higher there over the crease. And what you'll find is then when you open your eye, you get a really beautiful soft hue that just makes the eyes look bigger instantly. Then on those days that I just feel a little extra tired, which is probably half the week, I often go in with a little bit of sparkle. Now I love this. This is the Goldstone, and I like to just use just on the inner corner of the eye. And you can see it's like almost just soft highlight that will instantly brighten the eye and just make you look more awake. Smoky eye mascara is my favourite, just to give you that really false lash effect. Now you want to apply a good amount, but what you'll find is that just brushing it through the root of the lash to start and then combing through the tips will give you that really nice full lash effect. So I always start at the base of the lash right the way over. And with smoky eye mascara, 1 to 2 coats is perfect for day, but because it doesn't clump, you can really layer it up to a good 3 to 4 and still get that gorgeous fanned out lash. And then I always brush up this, almost like the inner corner of the eye, just to really get those lashes to look nice and full and opening. And then I fan out towards the outer corner, and that will just make the eyes look wider as well. So all round, big, beautiful lashes. And then finally, to complete my look, I normally do this as I'm leaving the house actually, and it is one of our newest formulas, the Crushed Oil Infused Gloss. If you love any of our crushed lip colours, you are going to adore this. It feels amazing on the lip. Look at the colour. It's just so soft and pretty. Doesn't feel like a lip gloss at all. It just enhances your lips so nicely. So that's why it's my everyday staple. So here it is, my simple, easy, everyday makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. We have listed all of the products below, so be sure to check those out. And if you want to follow me over on Instagram, it's bbpro_Amy Conway. And until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.